TexasTrophies.com. If we can't make it, you don't need it. Come check us out. Thank you very much. Okay, today I'm in the shop, and I woke up this morning and I was thinking, man, I've got a pile of mesquite in the shop. And so I was like, I'm going to turn one of those logs today. And when I got out here, I forgot how big these guys are. So they're pretty big. I don't want to turn a bowl that big, but I found this other piece right here that I'm gonna put on the lathe and today. And I think I'm gonna keep that same kind of shape, turn a bowl out of it. Mahogany's had me doing chores in the house, so it's now 3:40 Sunday, December something, 12th, 13th, 80 degrees in Texas. And I'm still wearing my flip-flops and shorts. I love South Texas. All right, well, hope you're not cold. I'm going to get this thing on the lathe and start turning it. Okay, well, I started looking at it after I got it on the lathe, and got my faceplate on it, and the bark, there's one piece that's like, oh, I'll chip that off. Okay, I chipped it off. And another piece, oh, that one's okay, I chipped that off. So I pulled all the bark off of it. Well, now it has this funny shape to it. It has this indention here. I guess it's kind of a crotch, maybe. And then it has this hole right here, and then, you know, so, and it's got a little indention here. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. It's mesquite, so it's going to be pretty once it's cut. We got a pith right here, which I probably can work around. I'm probably going to end up putting a bunch of CA glue in there, maybe some epoxy. But anyways, this is it, and I'm gonna turn it. I haven't turned anything in a week, so this is gonna get turned. This big wing right here is gonna have to come off because it's the major. That's the major part of the log that's off balance. So I'm gonna attack that first. Wish me luck on that because it's gonna be rough. All right, you ready to take an adventure? Let's see what happens. This is going to take a long time. It's not sharp anymore. It's hard. This thing's hard. Oh, I'm thinking this log is dry because it's not cutting like it's wet. So that's good. It's not cold at all. So. It's probably pretty dry. It's a pain, so I might just cut out so I get it round and then show you then. Okay, well, I got it kind of round. I'm thinking this wood is dry because it's being tough. But also, I have a pith here, which is ingrain, obviously. Then I have some straight grain here, ingrain, right? So I started cutting on the bottom of it, and there's another pith down here. So this is some kind of crazy crotch. There was the branch over here somewhere. I forgot where it was. But there's a pith right there on the bottom of it, and then the pith right here. So I don't know how that's working. But I'm going to keep, and it's ingrained down here. It's weird. It's a weird piece of wood. So I think I'm going to keep going. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to do a tenon on this because it's ingrain, and there's a pith there. So if I make a mortise, it's going to. It might split the bowl, or whatever. So oh well, the adventure continues, right? All right, let's check this out. Right. I'm gonna do some sanding on this thing, and well, I know you don't want to see that, so. Boy, a nice little dog bowl right here. You know, sheesh. Okay, well, this is what we have left from that big old log. Is this little, probably, I think this faceplate's 7 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches. So this is what we have now, you know, by 4 or 5. But we have this pith right here, so I'm probably going to cut about that much of the pith out, you know. And then I'm just going to fill this full of CA glue on the outside, hoping that it holds it together. The pith on the bottom, let's see here, the pith on the bottom, where is it? It's right there. That pith goes right there. So I'm hoping that it's going all the way through the bowl. We all know that, right? Let me get this turned around. So we know that pith is going to go all the way through this tenon and all the way through the bowl. I don't remember seeing it on the top of the bowl. We'll know when we turn it around. But there's that crack right there. I might as well fill that full of CA glue as well, and just start doing the whole thing. There's some nice stuff in the grain here. It looks like little shooting stars and stuff. There's one right there. There's a pith. So I'm just gonna go. There's some of those little shooting stars. You'll see. I'm gonna put some CA glue in here. Let it set up for a minute, and then I'm going to put some sanding sealer on this and see what it does. This little thing came out pretty nice. That's some sapwood right there that hung on. There's some more right there. All right, I'm gonna put some CA glue on this. Rub some sawdust in it. Check that out, see how that works. Alright, that's setting up, so I don't know about this crack on the bottom. It just could be the end of the bowl, but I'm gonna push on and see what it does. It's got some nice grain. You know, it's mesquite. Mesquite's awesome. So I'm gonna pull this off and put some CA glue on this crack down here, and I'll show you when I turn it around. I'm gonna have to sand this all out again, blah blah blah, you know the routine. All right, well, I'll see you after I do that. Okay, well, here it is. I have it sanded from 60 to 220. That's it. I've been watching YouTube videos for a long time, watching you guys finish and all this stuff. It looks great. So I've been doing what you guys have been doing, and it dulls out. It doesn't stay, and it's frustrating to me. So I found a little way of doing the finish, you know, and so I think this is going to work for me. And if you agree with it, then that's fine. If not, man, leave a comment down below and tell me, hey, you know, I've been using the AOB shine juice. It doesn't stay shiny. It dulls out. It soaks in. It's frustrating, you know. So this is what I'm gonna do. I put 2 coats of Mylan sanding sealer, or you can use whatever sanding sealer you want. That's fine. But that's what I've been using. And so this right here, so I'm gonna turn this on. I'll make this go like this. I'm gonna put this like that. I'll put it like that. I'm gonna turn it up to, where is it? What's it doing? It's up to 1340. I'll turn it down a little bit. That's a little crazy. We don't need to be that crazy. I'm gonna take some extra fine steel wool. I'm gonna buff it out a little bit, just like that. Just make it smooth again. This is my new finish, by the way, and I hope you like it. If you don't, well, but this is what I've noticed with it is it doesn't get super shiny, but it gets a higher gloss than matte, and it's not glossy, but it's nice, and it stays that same with one pass like this. So you get the Mylans on there, and then you reach down here. Let me put the light down here. You reach down here and you grab some of the sawdust that you've been using like this in your hand, and you bring it up here like this, and you stick it on there, and you buff that buffer with this buffer. And let me tell you what, you see that shine coming on? That shine right there lasts, it'll still stay shiny till the day you put it in the fire to burn it. Put this on the bottom, get that nice and shiny. See it? And then boom, I'm done. And guess what? At the end of the day, I didn't spend a bunch of money, and look how shiny that is. It's beautiful. I'm still, oh, there you go. Let's see what it looks like now. You see how shiny that is? No Obi shine, no extra stuff, no Yorkshire grit, no Axe paste or anything. And that's gonna stay that shiny forever. That's how it's gonna be. I'm loving this new finish that I came up with. This is called E-Pops Finish. It's called E-Pops Finish. Don't you forget it. And if you want the recipe, well, I just showed you. 2 coats of Mylans, buffed out in between with extra fine steel wool, and then its own shavings, and then that's the way it stays, extra shiny. And I'm happy with it. I'll be happy with that until it falls off. So okay, I'm gonna turn this bowl around and turn the inside out. Hopefully this piece right here doesn't blow up on us. And that's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna take this right here and trim that pith out to about right there. Can you focus a little bit? There it is, right there. I'm gonna turn that pith out right there. You see how shiny that is? To get that shine right there, it would take 10 or 15 coats of Obi shine, and then 2 days later it'd be dull again. I'm done with that stuff. This is what I'm doing from now on. It's quick, it's simple. It was 30 minutes for me to do this finish, and it's done. And it'll be like that forever. So, E-Pops Finish is what we're gonna call that. Obi shine, I know it's tried and true. French friction. But you know what? This is what I'm doing. Hopefully this bowl doesn't blow up on my face now because I'm being so funny. All right, hold on. Okay, so I marked where the pith is right here. That much off, about a ½ inch in some parts. And this bowl started out so big and not so small, but the grain's big and the possibilities are awesome. So we're gonna keep turning it and see how it works out. And it's just an adventure. Remember, adventure time. All right, check this out. So there's that pith coming up, that weird pith that's coming up from the bottom. You know, this one's running straight across over here that I cut out. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see? I cut that pith out, the heart of it out. So now this is just a crack, and I can you know, strengthen it up from the inside in a minute. But that pith coming from the bottom, it's like a cross grain. Weird. Oh, there's like it looks like a crotch that was somehow going through. I don't know. Oh, the bottom piece looks like it was a branch, now that I think about it. So that branch, there's the rings of the branch right there. So that right there, that's gonna go all the way through. I'm gonna have to put epoxy in that and whatnot. Oh, and by the way, this finish is still shiny and it feels so good. It was 30 minutes worth of work. 2 coats of, you know, it was drying time. That's it. Awesome. Oh, I'm so happy that I found a great finish for myself. Feel free to use it. It's called E-Pops Finish, by the way. I'm just playing everybody. I'm not that funny. But anyways, there's that pith of the crotch coming through. So this is a crotch piece of wood. I didn't know it when I picked it up. I didn't cut this wood, so I didn't see it. But anyways, I'm gonna get this a little bit further. I've got about, from there to there, I've got about 1.5 inches from my finger measurement on the bottom. So I'm gonna, this bowl's so small, I'm getting, it's hard to get in there correctly. So I'm gonna turn it a little bit further out and then just take it real easy on the way, you know, without the tailstock on. All right, wish me luck. Thank you. Okay, well, that's basically it. And that it's still shiny. Okay, CA glue, probably four coats of CA glue, and sawdust. I think it's pretty set up. I've let it set for. I sprayed it in between with the stick fast activator from Woodcraft, and I think it's pretty cured by now, at least enough to sand and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. And okay, well, that crack in that pith from the other branch didn't take I guess I didn't. What happened, I think, was I was using this coarse stuff down here, sawdust, and I was trying to rub it in between my hands and make some sawdust to fit down in those cracks, and it didn't go down in there. So when I finally sanded it out, and it's nice and sanded, look how nice it is. And I'm only going down to 220. That's the whole thing. I'm not going down to 400, 300. You know, I'm not going up to 1,000 grit. I'm going to 220, and look, I've been handling this. I've been touching it. I've been moving on it, and it's still shiny. I'm sorry. Long story short, so the sawdust that I was using for my CA glue I don't think was fine enough to do it. So I got a piece of bark from the same piece of wood and 100 grit sandpaper, and I made some fine sawdust. Okay, there's the inside with E-Pop's finish. The last thing I have to do here is cut that tenon off. So I made this thing off camera, and I have cut a piece of Mahogan's yoga mat off to put here, to put the bowl on so it doesn't slip. Sorry, Mahogan. She's gonna see this. You're gonna see this, Mahogan, and I'm really sorry. I'll get you another yoga mat, but this one is mine. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna get that set up and do that. Boom, that's perfect. I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on it here, like so. Please don't break, please don't break. Freshly sharpened gouge. Here we go. Okay, well, if you want to see the way that procedure is done, check out Phil Anderson. I'll put a link in his video if I can figure it out again. I'm gonna try to figure it out this time. He does that the best way I've ever seen. So that broke off twice, 3 times, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that off, saw it off, and then I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, Phil Anderson, check him out. All right, well, there it is. One Mesquite bowl. It's funny how it started out as a big old stick and then turned into just a bowl that's, let's see here. It is 6 inches. 6 inch after all that work. That big old stick turned into 6 inches. But, you know, it had all those valleys and stuff like that. That's it. And my finish now is sanding sealer and sawdust. And I guarantee you, this is going to be like this for a long time, and it's going to be fine. This right here is just sanding sealer. I just sanded that bump off, and then I'm going to. This is the first coat. I just put it on, so it's about 30-minute dry time, and then I'll sand it. I'll hit it with that steel wool, and then I'll go ahead and put another coat on and buff it with the sawdust. You know, that's it. I'm done with all that fancy stuff that you have to spend a lot of money on. That right there is 12 bucks, 15 bucks, whatever it is. Let's see what it says. Doesn't say it anymore. Oh, $23. Done. This is my new finish. Sanding sealer, buff it with its own sawdust, and it's done. Anyways, it's late. It is 10:20 on Sunday. I have to be at work tomorrow morning. It's 10:20 at night, and it's 70 degrees in San Antonio, Texas at 10:20 at night. I hope you're not cold where you are. Where I am, I'm still wearing flip-flops and shorts. Okay, look, if you don't like what you're doing, change it. You can do it. Change your destiny. It's fine. You can figure it out. All right, well, have a good time out there. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.